Alright, I gotta talk about Nikke.
I know you don't believe me. I fucking know you don't.
We aren't failures. I can't believe this.
Hello everyone, this is Lucky, and this is gonna be an unscripted video because I really want to talk about Nikke. And yes, Goddess of Victory Nikke, that game that you've seen a lot of ads for about playing it one-handed and the like.
I love how they don't even try to pretend like it's normal, good, in-shape chads that are playing this game.
Now I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. Oh boy, another person fallen down the rabbit hole and is playing a porn gacha game. Time to unsubscribe and leave. But hold on. There is a lot more to Nikke than just gooner bait, as you have probably seen. Don't get me wrong, I understand that the marketing of the game is in fact around how lewd and sexy and nigh porn-like the game can be, thanks to all of the characters, especially with how some of them really do sell that idea. But thankfully, the characters are not all like that. We have a lot of characters that are very pretty. We have characters that look fucking awesome. We have characters that both look cute and act cute. We have the whole slew of anime girl types, and we even have some actually badass men in the game as well. Let that be the first thing to let you know in case it's just a porn game in your mind. A common sentiment you'll hear from people even is, I came for the plot, but I'm staying for the plot. And that's the main thing that actually is why I want to talk about Nikke so much. No, it's not that meme of, I came for the tits and ass and I'm staying for the story. No, my friends. I actually came for the story, and I'm staying for the story. Especially the characters. Holy shit, do I love some of these characters. And no, not the visuals. Even though that some of them do look, again, very fucking awesome. So to put it simply, I was among many of you who are probably watching this video. I thought Nikke was another porn game like Azure Lane, and there are gonna be plenty of people that tell me Azure Lane is not a porn game. It looks like it. I understand how Nikke looks like it. But a viewer of my chat started gushing endlessly about how good the story in Nikke was. And this is someone who has recommended to me to play a lot of story games like .hack GU, or hell, even the first few Kingdom Hearts games, because the story in those games are very good.
Fuck you! Because we know Kyrie's not going to fuck you!
By the way, I'm gonna make a video about those soon. And so here I am, confused and thinking like, wait, hang on, this porn game has a good story? What is going on here? And, well, a month later, here we are. So since I have been converted into loving this game, I'm hoping I can at least enlighten the rest of you so you can decide if you want to try and play it as well. Now, the first thing that I think matters to a lot of people is the fact that this game is a gacha, and I totally understand because I played Genshin for about 1.5 years, and because of how bad its gacha system and all of its sub-gacha systems are, made me never ever want to go back, and it makes me wary about playing any other Hoyoverse game. When it comes to Nikke, it is, at the very least by comparison, exorbitantly generous. The going rate for any SSR, which is a 5-star in Genshin terms, is 4%, and that is relatively evenly distributed across every character that has been released. And when they have a banner up, half of that 4% is taken up by that featured character. Then, if it is a Pilgrim, which are super mega ultra badass ones, they take up 1/4 of that 4%, but you are also given a ton of extra free pulls in order to compensate for that adjust rarity. And let's say you are either unlucky or you really just wanted to spend a lot of your pulls on getting whatever character you want at any given time. You are then able to save up tickets that allow you to buy whatever character you want that is featured on limited banners, including these Pilgrims, which again are these super ultra badass ones. 200 pulls is a little steep, however, but at the very least, it is able to be carried across, and you are able to manually control it as opposed to a 50-50 every other time. But the gacha is not why I want to talk about this game. I'm merely bringing that up to assuage any fears people may have about having to spend money or falling into a gambling addiction spiral. What makes me actually want to talk about this game is its story and its dialogue writing. When it comes to ongoing and/or live service games, I would say that Final Fantasy XIV is still the king of narrative in this space, but Nikke is genuinely catching up to it in terms of quality, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people will say that the introduction to Nikke is a gut punch and it hooks you massively, and because I already knew about it, I'm not gonna say I was heavily impacted, but it did make me think like, oh wow, they're actually taking this game seriously. And then for many missions and cutscenes afterwards, I'm like, wow, okay. The story is actually fully taking itself seriously, and there's no, like, gimmicks here. It's actually just very dramatic and very cool. And then there's the characters. I am actually just in love with the characters, pretty much almost every single one so far, save for a couple. Just when it comes to the main cast, like, Anderson is a badass, Rappy is very endearing, Anise is fantastic, I love her, Neon is stupid and cute, and all the characters we meet throughout the story are very colorful in their own way, and not a single line of dialogue has actually been cringy or over the top. It all feels very top-notch, like actually really good anime. And then we get to later points to where there's massive foreshadowing that I didn't even know until I saw my other streamer friends start to play the game, and they get to the same points, and I'm like, oh shit, wait, that means that, huh? And then later on, things get so fucking hype, and I wish I could show you, but I can't because it's a spoiler, and I'm trying to actually sell you on this fucking game. And then there's the events. These things are genuinely fucking incredible, because Nikke lets you go back and experience older events so long as you have a specific currency, which you are given plenty of. Even as someone who started 2 days before the Old Tales event, which is the most recent anniversary event, ended, I ended up crying by the end of it. And yes, I don't know a lot of the characters, but the way the events set them up, it allows for you to get emotionally invested so easy, and it raises the stakes, and it puts such emotional depth into all of it, and it just fucking hooked me. Then you have Red Ash, which is the first year anniversary event, and there, I'm like, oh man, I'm so fucking sad, but this is so badass. But then after that, I do Overzone, and I am personally fucking attacked, and my will to be happy is sucked from me for the next 3 days. I genuinely fucking mean it. I was broken at the end of Overzone. And then with the Ice Dragon saga that's happening right now, hopefully as long as this video comes out on time. Story 1 hits you with the hoo hoo hee hee ha ha, look at all these cute anime and video game references, hoo hoo hee hee ha ha, everyone is so stupid and goofy, hoo hoo hee hee ha ha. And then in Story 2, you get hit with fucking depression, but then you're also hit with the power of friendship, and I'm like, yeah, let's go! This is what happens with an unscripted video, by the way. I just am trying to get my emotions into what I'm saying so you all can at the very least understand why it is that I am talking the way I do and trying to convince you. I don't even have visuals planned at this point of me recording this audio. Fucking who knows what I have on the screen at this point. But I seriously, genuinely mean it, that this game's story is immediately just impacting me with so many emotions so fucking often. And I was not prepared for it. I thought it was going to be another porn game, but I'm like, hang on, you never steered me wrong, member of my chat. And so I tried it, and I am now completely in love. But if you're worried about the whole experience, then I mean, I've already told you about the gacha, and I hope that what I'm talking about with the story and showing whatever it is that I do on screen is enough to convince you. But the gameplay actually at this point has now also gotten decently engaging, because it does this one thing called solo raids, where you basically have to actually fight against a super boss, kind of like, you know, in regular raids, but solo. Surprise, surprise. And a lot of the times I had to just simply just let the game autoplay because it can be that easy. And at this point now of normal play, I typically have to just give some input, you know, like direct where they're shooting here and there, but it's largely still auto. The solo raids, no. I actually have to not only fully control them and know what I'm doing, I have to actually micromanage all my units as best I possibly can in order to succeed. and it is genuinely really fun at this point. I wish that it happened more often, but yeah. I know I rambled. I have no idea how convincing I was, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. I just wanted to gush about this game for about 10 minutes and convince, hopefully, somebody to actually play the game. And for those of you that actually are willing to give it a try, based on my recommendation alone, I really hope you love it. This game has won me over so goddamn fucking quickly. I am genuinely surprised. It may look like a porn game from the outside, but it is genuinely some of the best storytelling and dialogue writing in a live service game that you can possibly have nowadays. And it also has a pretty fun combat system when it gets engaging. And not only that, it is probably the most generous gacha you can have right now. In the video description, I will share a link to where all of the perpetual codes that you can redeem so you can get a shit ton of rewards will just be available to you, and that way you'll have the strongest start you possibly can in order to get Maiden or Guillotine, and you'll be ready for the New Year's Pilgrim, whoever that will be. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Nikke, and I hope that I can convince at least one of you, and if I didn't convince any of you, then I hope that I at least was entertaining. So thank you for stopping by. I'm very grateful that you listened to my ramblings at some capacity. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoy the game, because I do, and having more people get rid of the stigma is going to be all the better. So yeah, have a great day, everybody.